Hey everybody, Michelle with Michelle's For Your Living here. Thanks for watching my videos, and it's April the 14th of 2023, and just cleaning out the little garden here where we had the tomatoes and peppers last year. So you can see it's been warm enough that all of these weeds have been growing up in here, but I was hoping that some volunteer tomato plants would come up out of here, but I haven't seen any yet, so that doesn't mean they won't show up. But anyways, I certainly need to go buy some plants, and yeah, so we'll see what all I get done this weekend. And because I don't know if they've declared us past the frost-free day or not yet. I haven't been paying attention. I'm not sure what day that is. So, but anyways, I have already, and I did this. Actually, it's been about a month, because if you remember from last year, if you were watching, I had these boxes up here that are on the deck, and I've been planting lettuce in them and radishes. And I noticed like a month ago, because we've had some warm weather, that this lettuce had come back, because I just let it go to seed last year. So these bigger ones right here is lettuce that came back from last year. So I had some lettuce seeds left over from last year, so I went ahead and tossed them in here. So you can see more lettuce coming up. And then over here, these are radishes. I'm not sure all of those are radishes, but anyways, yeah, and it is thundering, even though it's not raining on me right here, and the sun is shining brightly. It has been sprinkling a little. Okay, we'll see what else I do this weekend. Okay, so we decided to go for a walk tonight. We're out on the bridge, the Big 4 bridge. That's Louisville, Kentucky over there. Clarksville's on the other side of Interstate 65, and this is Jeffersonville on this side of Interstate 65. But here's the bridge. They always got it lit up in colors. Alright, so it's Saturday morning, and we went and bought some tomato plants. I also bought a plum tree, and which I'll bring to you when I get ready to plant it. And yeah, so I was getting the garden ready over there, cleaning it up some more, and I got some more stuff I'm going to do, but I thought I'd show you our strawberries, which are wrapping around here. So they did really well over the winter. They've got blooms on them already, so definitely need to get in here and weed this. And we've got some mulch, so maybe we'll get that mulch too sometime. And but I definitely want to clear out a lot of this dead debris and these weeds that are coming up in here, so they can really get a good start. Actually, I see a tree right there. I'm going to have to dig that up. There's another one right there. So we still haven't got the new liners around here, so we're going to work on that too. But yeah, we'll see what we get done today. Okay, so some of the strawberries have jumped way past the line where we want to have them, and which is normal. They get these runners and everything. And so when I've been pulling, also I've ended up pulling some up. So I've got a tray and some compost in there. These are actually the little bins that we got the strawberry plants in last year. So I'm gonna put them in here, and that's gonna be a temporary home for them, because I plan on taking some out to my house. These are at my man's house, and so I need to get a strawberry bed set up at my house, and then I can have them. So anyways, I just wanted to get these put over into these so we can have them temporarily, and I can transport them easily, and hopefully they'll survive. I don't think it'll be a problem. And so get trouble is he's got a lot of crabgrass here. I don't really have the same kind of crabgrass problem at my house, and I think I will probably be transporting crabgrass to my house doing this. And that's what a lot of this in amongst these whoops, knock the camera around. In amongst the strawberry plants right now is a lot of crabgrass. Of course, I want to water these really well. Anytime you move anything, you really got to water them, and I think it helps distract the plants that they got moved. And, yep, so I just plan on continuing that, and you can see I've cleaned out pretty much this section, and compared to, well, I got the light shining here, but compared to over here where I haven't really cleaned out. But I do see there's still, he put a straw down on this, so a lot of that debris in there is actually straw from last year. But I do want to get as much of the crabgrass out that I pulled up as I can and everything. So, and then I've got, said I've already ended up pulling up like a bunch of plants here. I just kind of stuck there until I could get these containers together, you know. Stuck them back down in the ground right there, but I got several over here, some littler ones and stuff. So got a little bit of a job, and hopefully not too many of them are trying to go underneath the deck. It's not like we can get there. I see there's one down on the corner that's under the deck over there. So, and there's a couple at least that have escaped out over there. So we'll get on this. Alright, so I got a lot pulled, and there were so many strawberry plants. I didn't even see them. I was, because there's all the big pile of debris I pulled out of there. But yeah, I was on top of some of the strawberries down there. But anyways, there's a lot, and they've gotten over here around the corner of the irises, but that's okay. So now I can get the grass mowed because we got the strawberries out. And there's all my strawberries. They need watering real bad. You can see they're getting wilty. I don't know, 30 or 40 plants that I took out of theirs that had come onto the outside pretty much. So anyways, yeah, that's a whole other project for me. All right, let's see what else we get up to. Okay, so I'm getting worn out, but sun is really beating down. I've got this raked up. I'm just gonna call it good for what I got here and pull weeds as I need it. I was thinking about putting, a weed barrier cloth down, which would help a lot, but I might have some volunteer plants come up still, so I'm just gonna let it go, and I'll just pull weeds as I need to. I'm sure there's a bit, I'm gonna have to pull a lot in here. So anyways, these are the tomato plants that we got, and yeah, the price of this was, gosh, these were $5.95 each or something like that. It's incredible how much prices have gone up. So I'll show you what we got. I got this Mr. Stripey heirloom tomato, so it's mostly yellow orange with red bottom there. I've got a Lemon Boy hybrid tomato, so I haven't ever had that before. I don't know about that. And a Golden Jubilee. The yellow ones are supposed to be less acidic, and we've got some people now who really that we'll share tomatoes with that will appreciate those better. And then I got a red beefsteak, That one actually has 3 plants in that pot. I think that one's got 2 plants in that pot, and then there's 2 plants in this pot. So this is a Super Sweet 100 hybrid cherry tomato. So we got 2 cherry tomatoes. So this is a Husky cherry red cherry tomato. So that's what we got, and so I'm just gonna get them spread out here in my regular tomato area. And I think I'll go ahead and put the cages on them, and we'll have to deal with that later since I already got the cages out. So yeah, let's see, we always have cherries down there, so I think I might keep them down there at that end actually. And I'll put the red beefsteak here, and we'll go with this here. And yep. If I could stand up. Like I said, I'm just totally getting worn out. And we did notice the neighbor behind us here has started building a garden. They've kind of got a hill back there, and they made some terraced gardens. So I just heard them pounding on some boards back there, so they're probably still making some more of it. So yeah, this crabgrass, it's something else in here. Okay, non-stop. Okay, let me find my spade. Okay, show you how I'm gonna plant. Tomatoes are pretty forgiving on being transplanted. Some plants don't like being transplanted so much, and so I think it's important to break up the roots. You don't want to leave them. This one was getting root bound in there, and it started making roots up the sides and stuff. So, you know, it's important to break those up. And then also, if you've got really tall, spindly ones, you want to be sure and bury them further. These tomato plants will root wherever they touch the ground, so you can bury this up higher to help it get establish more roots. And I like to go ahead and pick off these bottom leaves. I don't want to bury the leaves and have them rot on there. So I've got a hole that's bigger than this root ball, and I'm breaking it up a little bit, and then I'm just going to stick it down in there, lower down. Now, not all plants will let you bury them. You know, some of them you have to keep all of their. I'm throwing the leaves that I pulled off down in there. Some of them you have to bury them right at the ground level that they're at. You know, so you need to know what you're doing with your plants. And I'm gonna compress it in there pretty good so that the roots get good contact with the soil and there aren't any air pockets in there. I'm gonna kind of leave a trough around here so it'll collect the water for right now. But this soil is really sandy, so it'll flow around. But for now, that'll be that way. And it's important to water the plants. These are really dry. I don't think the place we bought them from, they hadn't watered them today at all. And it barely sprinkled yesterday around here, so we didn't go very far to buy these. I'm going to leave my little markers with them. And yeah, so I'll just continue putting the rest of these in the ground. And the ones that I got 2 of, I'm going to separate them. And actually this next one, I'll just take you over here and you can see what we'll do here. If I can tell, the sun is shining so bright I can't see what the camera is looking at. A little bit close. Okay. All right, you can see it. All right, this is this one's got 2 plants in it, and I've had like 10 plants in this little area before, and that's fine, because some of them, there'll be volunteers that came up and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and separate these and just have 6 plants in here this year, and then whatever volunteers come up, if we get any, and then I got to get rid of this violet that's right here where I'm going to put this. He's got a lot of violets around here. eggshells don't decompose very easily. These have been out here for a long time. Since we've been throwing them out here, I've changed what I do with my eggshells so that they do get, I'm going to make a compost bin here so that I can stop throwing the food scraps here right directly into the garden area. And I think I finally convinced my man that it's okay to have a compost bin in the city. So I'm going to make us a compost bin, and then I won't have to do this. But as for the eggshells, because they do take a long time to decompose, we've been putting them in a pan. We got a pan that we just keep in the oven, and we just kind of put them in there, and they're okay. I mean, it's not like they're rotty or anything. And then they get baked, and then they crumble up pretty easily, but that dries them out really well. So whenever I bake anything, they just get baked, and then he's been sprinkling it, crumbles them up, and then sprinkling that over the garden. Okay, since I have 2 of them here, I've got to be really careful that I'm not just ripping all of the roots off of these. So I'm gonna really be gentle with the soil here that they've got these growing in is really loose, so it's allowing me to do this. If these were really, really stuck and tangled together, and I was gonna have to rip the roots off, it wouldn't be worth me busting them apart. And but I think we're going to be okay. And okay, this one I will put back in here, and of course it's going to have to get watered as well until it makes it up to my house. And then this one, I'm going to pluck off these bottom leaves like I did the other one, and then bury it here. If you've got one that's like really tall, you can lay it down flat like that and bury the stem that way. You don't have to go straight down with the stem. You can angle the stem, and it works out fine. We did that with some that we had last year, I think. Okay. All right, there we go. So anyways, yep. So hopefully we won't be just spreading the kitchen waste out here in the garden straight on. Oh, and something else I wanted to show you that we're gonna do. Last year we had some marigolds in this pot, and oh, there's a giant slug in here. Oh, can you guys see him? I can't tell what my camera is looking at. There he is right there, and I've messed him up. So I say a slug, it's a big snail without a shell. I don't know if I've hurt him or not. Anyways, last year we had marigolds that we planted from seed in this pot, and because my man wanted them, he heard that they were good bug deterrents, and here's a slug in this pot, which is funny. So anyways, he after they had flowered last year and dried up, he had saved a couple of the flowers that had gone to seed, and well, he's assuming there's seeds in there, so, and I think so. So anyways, he saved them all the way from last year, and the wind just blew them off of the paper towel into this pot, so at least they landed in here. But anyways, I am going to plant them in here. I'm just trying to break this up a little bit. I wasn't planning on the wind blowing them into the pot, so now the seeds are like all clumped over there, but yeah. Those do look like the seeds, because we still had a few left over from last year I didn't plant all of them. Okay, anyways, so there's a whole bunch of them in there. Let me break this up too. Spread these out. Here's another one. Who knows, we may have marigolds come up in the yard as well. Okay. What I'm going to do is just take some of this and sprinkle it on the top, and cover them up nicely. There we go. Okay. And I'll be sure and water that too. And it's just going to live over here for right now until it gets in the way. If it gets in the way. Alright, so there is another tomato in the ground. So I'll get the other ones in the ground, and then I gotta water because he's mowing grass out front right now. So we'll he'll have to get in back here pretty soon, so I gotta get finished. So I got everything in the ground and got them watered, and I've got 2 right there that I split off, that I'll take and plant at my house. But that one right there, I've got 2 plants because they really didn't want to come apart. I just angled them so that they would be further apart, and then the other one down here, one of these, there's 2 in that one, I think, that I didn't want to tug on them anymore. And in fact, this one that I showed taking apart the 2, it looks the worst. It's kind of like wilty where the other ones are standing up really nice. So anyhow, I got that, and I got the marigolds watered, and yeah, hopefully we'll have tomatoes. It always takes longer than I wanted to get them. Okay, we'll see what else we do. Okay, so I just thought I'd tell you how the day ended on Saturday. So the man, when he got done mowing, well, he went over and mowed the neighbor's yard because he usually mows her grass, and then she had a few like trees, nuisance trees, just small things, and then like some shrubs. Anyways, and this tree's dying in her backyard, and so she's like, "Oh yeah, we need to cut those down and stuff and get that cleaned up." And so I went over and helped with that, and then that was like a couple of hours of serious work, and yeah, so I really got worn out doing stuff, so which is all right, good exercise, and got to spend time outside in the sunlight. Got a little sunburn today, actually, on my arms, and so anyways, yeah, it was a good day, and hopefully I'll get my garden together going up at my house, and I can show you that, and my new plum tree. We'll have to get that in the ground too sometime soon. Okay, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.